Whatever. It might make my laptop melt and die, but
Your screen looks a lot clearer. Your
is it because of that, you think?
I think so, yeah.
Or
Like
maybe
I can
because
see your face just a lot more clear.
I think I just rubbed the smudge off in front of the camera of my laptop.
That may have been it. Well, you're gonna get semi-dark, John.
It's all right. You're Mexican, so you're already semi-dark, John.
Yeah. I've like got such a bad tan now because I go on walks every day that I look even more Mexican when my shirt's on.
I was gonna say the same for myself. I just got back from a fuck of a walk. That's the only way I can describe it. A good fuck of a walk. It was.
Really?
Oh yeah. I mean, fuck. I was gonna grab my beer, but we're already rolling nicely. Maybe if I remember in the editing process, I'll cut to all of a sudden us having beer. But oh my god,
okay.
yeah. I just went on like a 14-kilometer walk today. It was fucking crazy, stupid. I'm
Why
gonna
do
have.
you do something like that? Yeah.
I've been wanting to exercise more, and so like I might have said it in a previous episode, but what I've been trying to do is if it's like my day off or something, and I want coffee, then I have to walk to the Starbucks by my house, by the movie theater that you know about.
Oh,
And
that's a
so
nice walk.
it's a good
you live on a
walk.
long street.
That's like there and back is like a good like 3.5, 4 kilometers, something like that. But I walked up that hill, went around, and then down the hill through the shopping center that you know about, where Yard House is and all that.
Yeah.
Hung out there, and then I was hungry. I hadn't had breakfast yet besides the cold brew that I got from Starbucks. And so then I went to Chipotle. This episode brought to you by Chipotle. Grabbed myself a burrito, the most authentic Mexican treat you can have.
Terrible.
Chipotle
That place
burrito.
is awful. I was gonna keep my mouth shut, but you gotta keep going with your fucking Chipotle. That place is nasty.
I know your love for Chipotle. And so I stopped there, and then immediately after I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to use the bathroom after I eat this Chipotle, because I was already like starting to feel some rumblings and the tumblings. As I was walking from the cold brew, I was like, this is not gonna go well. There's no way I'm gonna make it home. I still have like another like 45 minutes minimum, probably like an hour to get home from my walk. And so then I stopped at this little bar there, and it's like a little like they sell food there as well, but I already had the burrito. So I was like, well, since I have a burrito, would you guys mind if I just bought a beer and chilled out? And the lady that worked there was like, oh yeah, go for it. That's fine. So they sat me down, and I just bought an IPA because I was there, just so that way they'd allow me to be a customer there. And so I had that, and I was like, fuck, man, I'm going to be so messed up for the show. This is going to be good. I already have to drink 2 IPAs for the show tonight. What am I going to do? And then so I told the lady, I was like, oh, yeah, thanks so much for the beer. She dropped it off, and I was like, can you just bring me my tab once you have a chance? And she's like, oh, well, you don't want the second beer? And I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, well, the second beer is only $1. And I was like, any beer? Doesn't matter how strong it is. She's like, any beer you want. And so I was like, oh my God, well, I hate you for letting me know that, but sure, I'll take the second beer. So I had 2 IPAs. So the second one, just so that way I could be somewhat coherent for this episode today, starting off anyway. I got a slightly less strong beer for the second round. But yeah, I ended up having 2 IPAs in my belly, walking, and then walked all the way fucking back. Yeah, it was like a good like 14 and a half kilometers.
How'd you do that? You didn't feel gross?
I mean, it was hot.
You had cold brew and then beers. Oh,
and a Chipotle burrito.
Wow, you were and a Chipotle burrito, double ill.
Just a lot.
You were walking.
Why do you think I had to use the bathroom so bad?
Swooshing around.
I was getting seasick as I was walking home. Like I walked through a park at one point, and I was like, if there's no one around these bushes, I might have to drop trow. We'll see how it goes.
I'm sad that the story didn't end up that way, but I'm assuming it didn't end up that way. I haven't heard the end of it.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much it. At least one notable thing was that so the lady that was serving me at the bar pub thing, she was really nice and all, tipped her decently, but I was like, hey, like, is by chance your restroom open? After a couple beers, I'm gonna have to go. And she's like, oh yeah, I get it. But obviously I didn't want to let her know I had to take a gigantic dunk. but,
She
but
knew.
anyway,
You didn't have to say it.
right. She saw me with a cold brew in hand as I sat
And
down and a Chipotle.
and Chipotle, yes.
She was like, "Oh, sure, yeah, IPAs will run right through you. Wink, sure."
He about to make a stout.
So many adjectives came to mind when you said that. Dear God. But yeah, I didn't feel that safe in that restroom, I'll be honest. I might need to get retested for a third time for COVID after that restroom experience. It was
Mm.
raunchy. But I mean, yeah, but it was nice. They did disinfect my table when I was there. There was only one gentleman that was also there halfway through me sitting down, and he was like a good 20 feet away. So I felt safe. It was clean and all, but yeah, I'm trying not to go out so much right now with everything going on still, especially with
That it's getting
dine-in being
crazy.
reclosed in California. Fuck.
Yeah.
But
And it's crazy because places now have parking lots that are just full of tables, and there's
mm,
still no, the social distancing is still pretty damn bad.
it
I feel
is,
like
yeah.
I went to one restaurant when things opened up, and they really spaced it out from what it used to be.
Oh, that's good.
Tustin Brewing Co.
Yeah.
I went there after they reopened, and it was spread out. It was crazy. And now that they locked it back down, but you can dine outside, they have a lot of tables and it's super close.
Are there some dogs fighting for their life outside?
Yeah.
I can hear. It sounds like savage
Terrible.
warfare. It's okay. It's all good. But yeah, that was my experience. But yeah, I went to Tustin. I had hit you up about it. It was after we met up to drop off beers recently, and then Sin and I went there afterward. But yeah, it was cool though. It was pretty well social distance for the most part. I feel like the closest anyone was like, again, like another like 20 feet or so. So people were respectful of that and wearing masks and such, I guess. It
Okay.
wasn't too bad.
When I seen it, people didn't look very respectful.
That's fucking stupid. But yeah, people are getting there. Well, real quick, should we take a quick break and grab the beer real quick? I need to run inside my house.
Oh, I got the mini fridge, but yeah, my girlfriend just got here, so it worked
Nice.
out good.
All right,
I'll
for
be
sure.
back in 2-3 minutes,
Sounds good.
even though it's 4 fingers.
I got to remember to edit this. Okay, sounds good. All right. Well, that being said, I guess welcome to Beer Belly Podcast episode 4.
4
AJ had to
episodes.
take a quick urination break, and yeah, but today we're going to be going over some IPAs, starting things off a bloody double IPA. This one's by Brooklyn Brewing. Brooklyn
I
United
love this
was at the
art.
top. Let me see if I can yeah, there you go. Show it for the people. It's so beautiful. Look at that mug on there. God dang. It's freaking
Super
gorgeous.
nice.
But anyway, this is the Brooklyn Total Request IPA. It is double IPA at 7.5. So I feel like that's kind of low for a double IPA.
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like it is for a double.
Right? But maybe since it's still a double and yet lower in percentage, maybe we'll get some cool flavors going on. That's my hope anyway. I imagine so.
We
But
won't,
yeah.
but who knows?
You
Who
never
knows?
know.
Prove me wrong.
Exactly. But yeah, this is pretty tight. I like the designs for it for sure. But yeah, if you who's watching or listening have tried this beer before, let us know what your opinions are on it. But let's crack it open, shall we?
Yeah, let's taste this bad boy.
All right. I'm gonna pour this. I got a glass here for color reference. I forgot to get a second glass though to compare them, but I guess just rewind and fast forward back and
Watch.
forth.
You're the glass man. Next time, I think I'm gonna wash my Pliny mugs
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna put them to use with these beers.
There you go. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. That'd be fun. So this is what the coloring looks like for this one. It's nice. Wow,
Has a
look how
good
thick that
smell.
coloring is, though.
AJ, I
Again-
gotta drink. Mine's starting to overflow.
All right, cheers.
All in.
Ooh, interesting flavors. Let me know what you get from this.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
I may have left this a little too long in my mini fridge freezer. Bit of an icy.
Oh my
I'm
god.
getting a bit of an icy taste.
Fair enough.
Hold on.
Fair enough.
Mm, a little bitter,
Mhm.
hoppy. I'm definitely getting hops out of this.
Definitely
Bad
hot.
boy.
I'm enjoying the flavor. It's like a
Yeah.
light citrus to it. Almost reminds me of a hazy, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Good.
I don't know if I'm getting much of the citrus,
Okay.
but the haze I think I'm definitely tasting here.
For me, the hazy and the citrus are kind of one and the same. That's just for me personally, to my palate. But this is pretty good though. So it's brewed by the Brooklyn Brewery in San Leandro, California. So not brewed in Brooklyn then. Exactly. But
Hmm.
yeah.
San
Are you
Diego.
getting any audio hookups on your end by chance?
No, are you?
I'm hearing myself or like little flickers of audio. It's weird. I don't know what's going on. Weird. All right. Well, if maybe
Oh,
it won't come through.
right now you just completely like froze up on me.
Oh, really? Am I still frozen?
No, well I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Well, apologies if in the edit you're hearing any funky sounds. I'm not sure what's going on exactly, but hopefully we can remedy it in the future.
Blame the beer.
Blame it on the beer. Exactly. That's the easy thing to do. But this is a pretty good beer, though. I'm enjoying it. Mm. So, since we are a very sophisticated podcast of two gentlemen of high
Super.
caliber and class, I have to
Look
ask
at
you
how high my pinky is.
kind of, yeah, okay. Well, Pinky's out. I'm going to ask you a serious question then, just because, we've been friends for a long time. And honestly, I know that we're growing up really fast. So, when was the first time you ever farted in front of your girlfriend?
That is a good question. And I have to
Have
think
you?
about it because I tried very hard. Oh yeah, now I don't care.
Beatho's ripped.
Who cares?
Ass everywhere.
I used to say I'm sorry. Now it's kind of, well, it's your fault that you're in the way.
Did I tell you to be downwind? No. Did I aim it that way? Possibly.
Oh yeah.
Very good. Do you think you could recall, or is it just it's so far gone, the memory is too far beyond?
The funny thing is I have more memories of hiding them than I do of when I had a first do it.
That's very interesting. I don't know.
So
Okay.
where I used to live, my room was connected to a bathroom, and there was two bathrooms in the home,
Yes.
but I would not use that bathroom. I would run to my parents across the hall because she was not allowed to hear the demons that were leaving my body.
Tooting up a storm. Okay.
Yeah. So I have more pleasant memories of running and hiding than than actually when it first happened.
Dang. Those are the moments
But
that matter
we
the
had
most.
I can say that we had a conversation about it. I was like, it's been a few months. I'm gonna let go of some gas.
We just pulled out of first quarter. Second quarter's coming up, babe. Business is looking great. Let's let some out. Something like that. Okay.
It's time to take the next step.
Yeah, exactly. In your business relationship. I feel that in your partnership, if you will.
Oh yeah. What about you, AJ?
Well, I definitely remember the first time. Hiding them is a common occurrence, but I've gotten more open about it. Like now, I try to surprise her and like throw her off when it's going to happen. But the very first time, it was she and I in my bedroom, the room I'm in now. Actually, well, this is technically like the den back room, but former bedroom. And she and I'm sorry, her best buddy and I, Juan, we were chilling, just playing some Yu-Gi-Oh. Having a gentlemanly game of Yu-Gi-Oh, as the most athletic people in the world do. And
I
we
know.
were in the middle of dueling, and it was a fun like set of 3 games in a row. And at one point, I remember feeling like I was like, "Oh man, yeah, I got to hold one in." I hadn't farted in front of her before, and and then I just was paying attention, reading my opponent's cards effects, and all of a sudden, I just felt a just fly right out,
It
and
just came. It just snuck right through.
snuck right through. Had no idea. Again, I had an inkling like 15 minutes prior, but this was like a sneak attack. Like
Now let me ask you. You said this was in the middle of a duel.
the middle of a duel.
Did an amazing like effects happen to set you off, or
I
were you in the
think
middle of concentration?
I had read what my buddy's card effect was, and I think out of fear, my anus tightened and then loosened quite quickly. This has just caused the release. So have that mental image for yourself, everyone watching and listening.
Now, I do have to ask you, AJ.
Please.
How long ago was this?
This was about 5 years ago. It was like year
Okay,
one
okay.
into our relationship. I'm like, yeah, we were definitely official by then. So yeah, it was like a good year into us knowing each other. But
Nice.
yeah, she instantly burst into laughter. Oh, I was really embarrassed, but I was like, okay, I guess it is
I
what
don't
it
know
is.
if you remember this. She laughed. So I brought this up recently to Yvonne,
Okay.
where we were in Vegas,
Mhm.
and I think she was trying to use my blanket, or she was using it, and I called it my bedo blanket, and she was laughing so hard when I
The
said that.
BB.
You know it.
Oh
You
my
don't want my
god.
blankets.
Nowadays in social media, BB is usually like a nice term of endearment, but it was for you, I guess, with this blanket. But different kind of relationship.
Extra warmth, all natural,
Extra war.
no electric,
So
no
no, no,
electricity.
no electricity or gas needed for that. Well, gas, yes, but
Gas, yes, natural gases
gas
though.
powered. Yeah, exactly. Hey, you know what? You're good. Greenhouse gases can be bad, but they can also be useful. And in this case, it kept you and your girlfriend warm. I respect that.
And it ruined a bit of the environment.
It's okay. You're in an enclosed area. They can't escape into the atmosphere. You should be okay. Should be all right. I like to
They
think
find a
anyway.
way, AJ.
Life
They
finds a
always
way.
do.
We're talking science. So again, so now that we're quite a few glugs in, what are you feeling about this bad boy? Mm.
Ah, I feel like after the first 3 or 4 zips,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot smoother.
Okay.
The hoppiness is still there. It definitely has the taste of a double IPA.
It does without like the extreme potency of one, you know?
That's what I was gonna say. But I do feel like potency is missing. Like I feel like it's missing
I
that
feel you.
10% IPAs get me.
See, I will agree with you right now, but AJ 20, 30 minutes from now probably will not know how to agree or disagree anymore because, again, I'm 2 beers in, and now with this compounding on top of it, not to mention the second beer we have in a little while.
And that's a big boy.
It's a
The
big,
other one's
I
a
can't
big
wait to
boy.
show you guys that are watching or listening. It's pretty awesome. Speaking of which, a
Oh,
little shameless plug, if I will. So, right now it seems that the trend has been for us to release the audio versions of the episodes first. It's a lot easier. Just edit it and put it online, and it's quick, rather than YouTube where it has to go through buffering, uploading, just all this publishing, all this shit. But episode 1 of the video version of the show just launched on YouTube. So if you just search Beer Belly Podcast, you'll see the same
I'm gonna do it.
profile picture as we have on Instagram and Twitter. Then yeah, you'll know that it's us. So that's cool. It's pretty exciting. We're not
Well,
screaming with views.
I'm gonna watch it a good 100 times just so our
There
view
you
count
go.
goes up.
Right? Yeah.
Just
Like,
leave it playing in the
leave
background.
it play in the background. Yeah, leave it playing. That way we get the full watch audience retention rate 100% across the board. That'd be great. Because I'm pretty sure at least 2 out of the single digit views we have so far on it, at least from the last time I checked on it, were from me myself. But still, I liked how the edit
You
came
didn't
out. It
gotta
was
let them
fun.
know.
We're broke. Help us.
We need money for beer, and I need
Exactly.
beer for happiness.
Speaking of which, so I was going to save this for later, but so I'm not sure if you noticed, but in some of our tweets, or like some on the Beer Belly Podcast Twitter, at Beer Belly Pod, and also on my Twitter account, we have been posting about the show, and one of my buddies from high school, who I occasionally get to hang out with outside of after high school. I haven't seen him in like a year though, considering COVID and all that. But he actually went as far as to buy beer for us for the show. I'm
Like he
super
actually
fucking hyped.
bought them? What?
He ordered them online already. Like, he just sent me the screenshots. I can't believe
Oh
it.
wow, how
It's
nice of him! I actually know
yeah.
who you're talking about because he's the guy you ran into at like a SoCal Regionals, right?
Yep. That
And you
same
went to
friend.
go and watch that anime.
Oh, John's dead. Are you there, John? John. All right. So yeah, technical difficulties aplenty. This is quarantine editions of podcasting right now, apparently. Not everything's going to go
Eh,
perfectly, but we're back.
damn you, COVID.
We were just in the middle of giving a shout out to my buddy Mike, as you mentioned, because yeah, you've met him before a couple times here and there. Been a real chill guy as always, and he was just like I couldn't thank him enough. Like he has actually been in the talks with me about it for like the past week, and then he like came through and did it. I was like, dude, like you really don't have to, but thank you if you want to. Like we'll be happy to take it
Oh
if you
yeah,
want.
we'll review it. It's a stout, right?
So one is a Kolsch, which I don't know what that is. I'm not familiar.
Neither do I. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
yeah. And then the other one is going to be what's considered a sweet stout. It seems. So I'm
Ooh.
interested to see how that's going to look.
I mean, I've had stouts that are, had sweet ingredients to it. Like I've had a stout that's had maple in it. So I
Oh,
wonder if that's what a sweet stout is.
it's possible.
Have you ever had those kind of stouts that have like those weird type of ingredients into them?
Not exactly. No,
No.
I mean I've had some weird like oats and stuff like that. I'm trying to think of that 113%er that you and Jeff bought me two of a while, like those couple years ago.
I don't even remember that.
No, you do.
But
It was when you
I-
guys bet me to drink like mushroom sauce mixed with beer at Yard
Oh,
House.
and then we bought you. Okay, you got to say that story first, and then I'll remember the rest. AJ, don't tell me the ending and expect me to remember.
But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. See, that's how
I
usually how
think I
stories work.
still have that
You
video.
go backwards from end to beginning, and you're supposed to be able to follow along really easily.
Oh man,
But anyway,
was
yeah, that was really cool
nice.
of him though. Like he bought us.
Oh,
So
I
yeah,
appreciate. Thank
so the
you.
first one is called Cantrip Kolsch, which is like a lighter kind of beer. I want to say it was like 4.5, 6.5%. So something easy to go into. And then the sweet stout jumps up to like 10%. So
Okay, so it's literally gonna ease us in, and then it's gonna smack us in the face. Okay,
yes. So cheers to Mike. Thank you so much, dude, for hooking
thank
us
you
up.
so much.
Yeah. If you who are listening or watching would like to send us beer as well, let us know. You can email us with @beerbellypod, beerbellypod@gmail.com, or hit us up on Twitter and Instagram, beerbellypod. Let us know what you want us to drink next, because we look forward to it. We already had our first fan and friend go out of their way to do that for us. And like, they didn't even want us to pay them back. Like I was like, what, dude?
That's
Like
the
really?
crazy part.
So
Yeah, just recommend some, and we'll do it ourselves.
yeah. But if you want to
Yeah.
donate, we'll take that as
Well,
well.
yeah, times are
Because
tough, man.
times are
Times are tough.
exactly. Don't have to, but if you would like to, we would appreciate you doing so. Thank you so much. But yeah, thank you, Mike, dude. You're the freaking best.
Thank you, Mike.
Always a sweet dude. We have to have one memory of him that if he's watching this right now, that he'll remember is one day at some portion of an episode, I have to record him doing doing the intro song Circle of Life of Lion King in high school, senior year. He would beckon it at the top of his lungs during lunch break. It was a beautiful thing. It would just be great because like we were all kind of like the weirdos, and like people at our high school, they were really chill. Like everyone pretty much got along for the most part. Like even like the gangsters got along with the nerds got along with the jocks with the drama club and all that. Like it wasn't so segmented. Like technically, yeah, people I guess had like their little groups, their cliques, if you will. But at the end, we all got along, and there weren't that many fights, physically speaking, or anything like that for the most part.
Okay.
It was chill. It was pretty harmonious, I guess. SoCal, I get for you. But in the middle of lunch, I remember he just did it out of the blue one day. I don't know what caused him to do it, but I was like, okay, I need you to do that like every day of my life from now on now. And every once in a while, people would just walk by and just be like, what the fuck was that? Are they screening Lion King somewhere on campus right now? Are they doing that at the quad?
So he would do it at the very top of his lungs.
Like, so anyone around within like a mile radius could hear him.
And nobody ever told, like a teacher, security guard never said anything?
Maybe once a security guard might have rolled by and asked if everything was okay, but that's about it.
Just getting down.
He wears his heart on his sleeve. I love it. I love it. It's something I've always appreciated about him. So thank you, Mike, for sure.
It's pretty dope. Yes. Thank you, Mike.
Let me see. So let's see. We plugged episode 1 now on YouTube. That's freaking cool. I'm looking forward to that. One thing I wanted to say, so you mentioned going to Tustin Brewing Co. for some patio dining recently, right? How
Yes.
was that? Have you had any
Well,
other experiences?
I only went inside once.
Hmm.
I didn't eat in the patio. I ate inside.
Oh, I didn't know they were. Oh, that's yes, they were allowing
This
inside and outside, but that was pre second wave, so to speak.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. And when I went in, it was very spaced out.
yeah. Okay, that's good.
It was very spaced out.
I remember seeing that myself when I had went, but again, that was pre second wave. So I imagine even now, like dining in is not even an option anymore.
No,
It's
but
probably all patio.
their outside area, the patio area, and again, they turned some of their parking spaces into
Yes.
like a patio area. Is just it's not very social distance, and
Mm.
I would never do that.
Understood. I mean, like,
It's crazy that when it was indoors, it was, and now that it's outdoors, it's just people so close to each other, and they just don't care.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's not really cool. I mean, I imagine that, they're hurting for business. They want to get as much as they can.
Oh, I'm not blaming the brewery. I'm blaming the people who are choosing to sit so close to
I
each other.
know.
The brewery's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Please
No,
go to that place.
their food is awesome. Their beer selection is cool. And they have a nice
Amazing.
open bar as well for like, well, not open bar. That's not free, but they have a nice, like, full bar set up. The beer's already getting me. But yeah, that and it's freaking hot right now today, dude. So when I started my walk that I mentioned earlier, it was like a nice 77. It was getting there. And then by the time I was back, it was probably like 100 degrees outside. Like for
Yeah,
like the
that
last
sounds about right.
hour. But luckily since I'd been outside for the past 2 hours, my body was already pretty acclimated and adjusted to the situation. So it wasn't that bad, but after a certain point, I had to like I wore a hat, I wore sunglasses, I wore my mask. So I was pretty well protected for the most part, at least the front of my face was anyway. I don't know if I have a back of my face, but anyway. But even still, like by the end of the walk, I had to like shield the portion where my sunglasses, hat, and mask weren't covering. Like I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have like a nice sunburn right here and all
Nice.
over the back of my neck. I put on 50 SPF sunblock, but it don't matter. Like it's gonna be red as fuck by tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's
You're
gonna be
gonna be
crazy.
nice and tan, my friend.
Yeah,
I
big
I have
time.
glasses marks on the side of my eyes. They're really bad. They're like really bad now.
Luckily, you don't have like the thickest rims, but at the same time, I that's one thing I am grateful for the sunglasses I have. They're really really thin at the stems of them, if you will, the arms, whatever. And so maybe you'll see like a nice little millimeter wide line, but that's about it. I think, other than maybe like circles right here. All this is going to be pale. You're going to see pale face, but then red, dark brown ass neckline for sure, and then like really dark arms too. It's going to be
Yep,
crazy.
that's the way I am right now. I look
God.
like a chicken that was not cooked properly.
How are you doing on the beer? Do you need the second one yet?
I am pretty close to being done. Are you already done?
I'm done with it. I'm done.
I didn't even see you finish it.
Dunzo. I poured the rest of. Oh, I guess there's a little sip. There you go. No rush or anything. No rush. We got
Oh,
like
too late. You rushed me. It's done.
All right. Well, then I will be right back. Do you mind plugging some socials, maybe hours while you're at it? I'm just gonna grab my beer. I put it back in the freezer because it's too big to let get warm and
It's
too
so
strong to get
big.
warm. I'll be right back. Oh, by the way, before I go, when I was editing the video portion, I actually took the
Mhm.
time to listen to you talk shit while I went to take a piss when we record. I don't know if you even remember that
I
because
don't remember
we were
that. No.
full
I was
disclosure.
very intoxicated.
I was gonna say, if it wasn't already obvious, we were trashed by the end of the first episode.
That first
So
episode was bad.
second episode, I
Bad.
was good too, though. Not as blown away, but I was
No,
blown
I
apart.
don't remember that.
It
We
was a.
recorded our
Go
we
ahead.
recorded our other podcast, and I don't remember recording that podcast at all. At all.
That
So
first episode is the reason why we're trying to limit to 2 beers per
we
episode.
went to 3-2. Can't
Real
do it.
quick.
I
Real
thought I
quick.
was a champ. I am not.
On a weekly basis, nah, dog. I'm not down.
No.
But if there's ever randomly an episode where you would like to see us attempt it, we're down, hit us up. If you want it that badly, we will possibly honor your request, but not guaranteed for sure. Not guaranteed.
No.
But I'll be right back in just a second. I'm just gonna grab the beer real quick, okay?
Run off, sir. Go. Run.
Fly.
Be free. Free. AJ always runs off. And I know he's going to listen to this. And everybody should know that he's a bitch. You can follow us at Instagram at Beer Valley Pod. I believe you can also follow us on Twitter at Beer Valley Pod. Send us any suggestions, questions. Let us know what type of beers you want us to drink. We'll drink stouts, IPAs, pilsners, Coronas, White Claws. I'm on a White Claw kick. Yes, AJ, you are a bitch.
And oh my god, my hair. And here I thought I was gonna come back to you like saying shit, but then adjusting like, oh, how's it going, AJ? We're just saying how beautiful you are and lovely of a friend. Nah.
Well, AJ,
Right into insult.
I kind of did do that, but in the opposite way that you're thinking. But you'll hear in the editing.
I can't wait. Shall we get into the next one then?
Yes. Let me open up my mini fridge that's right next to me.
I know, right? Humble brag. Hey, JJ. His name is John. He can hear me. But even from the internet, I can still smell him. And it's not good.
No, it never will be. It's just best not to smell me.
Poor Yvonne. Poor Yvonne.
And it never gets better. It never gets worse, but it just stays the same. So
consistently smelly.
bad.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You want to show the people what we have for this next beer?
Oh yeah, look at this. A nice triple IPA.
Yeah. Our first triple of the podcast.
Tell me the title,
mistaken.
AJ.
It's Simtra by Knee Deep Brewing Company.
Yeah.
Fine craft beers.
Tell me nice and slow the alcohol content. Say slow. Smooth jazz voice though. Smooth jazz.
So we're looking at a triple India Pale Ale.
Oh yeah.
Alcohol by volume is at 11.25%. 131 IBUs, you sexy mama. How's that for you?
She's so big.
Wow,
11.25.
I know. This is a pretty strong beer.
I don't see triple IPAs this strong nowadays.
Right? I mean, this is a 1 full percentage stronger than Pliny the Younger by Russian Brewing Co., if I'm not mistaken.
The Stone Ruined Again triple IPA is only 10.8%.
Wow. 10.8 is still great, though.
It is, but it's just to prove that you really don't see 11.7 this was?
Yeah, 11.25.
2.5. Alcohol content wise in triple IPAs anymore. Back then, when we got into it, I feel like we would. AJ, I may have said this in previous pods. I don't remember.
We're going to repeat ourselves. It's okay.
We were at a great time of breweries when they were just experimenting everything.
Yep.
And we had so many triple and double IPAs. It was just so much.
Agreed.
I miss those days. Because nowadays, you still see double IPAs. I feel like that never really went away. But I don't feel like you see companies really experiment with double IPAs like the way you used to. And I just don't really see triples at all.
Right?
It's so rare.
Seriously.
They're just done.
I agree. But that's why, I mean, like, I agree with you. I do. But luckily, we have brewing companies like Knee Deep that are still, like, doing it. You know what I mean? And this is a brand new beer that we're just trying for the first time. So the variety is out there, but now you have to look even harder for it nowadays. You know, like, unfortunately, companies like Stone are not going all out. At least it seems that way.
I miss those days, man. Stone used to be my favorite brewery. Just I miss those days.
Pre-COVID or pre-quarantine and all that, back in October of last year, it was so nice because, I mean, the brewery was really fun, but even at the brewery in San Diego, they didn't have triple IPAs on tap.
They were the beers you see that in stores.
They had some other stuff I hadn't heard of before, but still. Some stuff that you don't see at liquor stores and stuff like that. But even still, nothing's – at least the IPAs weren't that powerful. The sours, the Belgiums, the stouts, those were where the money was at for sure. But as far as IPAs, no. You have a good point.
I guess other brewing styles are have bastards.
I mean, they want to make a name for themselves, and I'm glad. So to Knee Deep Brewing, then keep it experimental.
Yep.
Hmm.
What are you feeling with this one, AJ?
I want to say I sense a little. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Sorry, I gotta wait before I speak. I think. Let me try another drink real quick. Oh, it's a dry boy. It's a dry boy. I like it. At first I was gonna say I'm not sensing as much flavor as the first one, but once I gave it a moment, that aftertaste really kind of hits. I'm getting a little cotton mouth from it.
I was gonna say it's lingering, the aftertaste to it, but I agree with you that when you get that first taste of it, it tastes pretty light, and I think the best description of the way it tastes is the way your beer looks.
Yeah,
It looks clear. It doesn't look as thick as those typical triple or imperial double IPAs that are just a little bit thicker in the what, the hue, the yellowish hue.
yeah. You know, watch Will Ferrell bloopers for what was the show?
Oh, Eastbound and Down.
If you want to hear about some hues, some colored hues, go on YouTube, search Will Ferrell bloopers, Eastbound and Down. Have a great time.
You're welcome.
Yes, indeed.
He's gonna take you to Farmers Market. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
That's a deep cut in our friendship for sure. But I do agree in the sense that just compared to the last beer we had, that one you could not see through. This one, it's a little more clear. I mean, obviously, it's no Coors Light to where you can see through it because it's almost like water, or even lighter, like a Pabst Blue Ribbon or something like that. But still, it is much more translucent compared to the previous beer. I'll say that. But dude, I'm getting cotton mouth right now.
The aftertaste, and
I like
the
it.
aftertaste is what's giving me that 11% alcohol content.
Yes.
I feel the alcohol towards the end of it.
100% agree with you there, which
You're gonna mess
I'm
me
happy
up.
for. Oh yeah,
Mess me
John
up,
talked
guys.
about it earlier, but this is an exceptionally large can. I don't know if it's
Yep.
coming through very well on camera, but just for reference,
That's what she said.
it's 1 pint, 3.2 ounces. So that's a little bigger than your usual tall can of like an IPA, for example. I could be wrong, but I feel as though any other beer we've had, the tall can wasn't quite this big. I might have to look into that for research.
No, I think so, man.
Because that is exceptionally big.
30.
Well,
This 1 pint, 3.2 ounces.
If you know the conversion, go for it. I'm not going to try.
I do not. It's a lot. That's your conversion.
Semi-college educated. I didn't. I don't have a degree in mathematics or the metric system.
Oh, I'm feeling just a little buzzed, AJ. Just a little bit.
Hit me. Oh, there you go. There's the burp you wanted last week.
Thank you, in the mic. So I've been wanting to ask you, and I don't want to forget.
Please.
You posted today on your personal Instagram the blind pig that you tasted.
Yeah. Or
how'd you like that?
Whistle pig.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Whistle pig whiskey.
Why I say blind pig?
Because you're a bad person. No, I did the same. I did the same thing recently. We'll go back to your question.
You messaged us. I remember that.
You and Peter. Yes.
Yes. And Peter even knew the answer.
Well, he probably Googled it, but yeah. But to his credit, he did answer the question correctly. But yeah, Sin and I were at. We were getting to go, but while we were waiting for it to go, we decided to order a round of drinks, and I wanted to order Whistle Pig whiskey because I saw they had it there at the bar, and so I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll take a glass of Blind Pig," and he's like, "Excuse me," and I was like, "Blind Pig," and he's like, "You mean Whistle Pig?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And so then that's when I messaged you guys. I was like, "Wait, what the fuck is Blind Pig? I know what Blind Pig is. I know what Blind Pig is.
It's a bear."
What is it? And Peter was man and said it's a bar. And so I was like, oh God, I was so ashamed. But at the same time, there's a great beer that we love that's called Blind Pig. There's a whiskey that we like that has a variety of whiskeys.
It's my favorite whiskey. Whistle Pig it's my favorite whiskey. It's
good choice.
I want to collect all of the ones they make. And
I know.
I'm getting close.
I mean, it's a perfect excuse for something to do on the show.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%. I'm down.
So at least not yet for this tweet or this the story that I posted, but same video though. I put it on our Twitter account at Beer Belly Pod. Thank you on Twitter and Instagram. But anyway, Whistle Pig actually liked the video. That was kind of cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
cool. Some recognition. It was nice to see. It was nice to see.
Dope.
But to answer your question, you were asking how I liked it.
Yeah, it was the farm stock whiskey, right?
It was a farm stock rye whiskey by Whistle
Okay.
Pig, produced by Buffalo Trace, which I only learned recently, actually. And
Wait, how does that work?
So Buffalo Trace is like the producer, like they make whiskeys, and they just so happen to also, as like a sister company, if you will, they also
Oh,
create
they
Whistle
own
Pig
it.
as
They're
well.
the mother company that owns Whistle Pig.
That's what
The
I
Whistle
assumed
Pig's
to be the
doing.
case.
They're doing their own thing. Okay. Makes
Wait,
sense.
no, hold on, wait, no, I am in.
Wait.
I believe I'm actually incorrect. Sorry, that is for Weller. Weller is another whiskey which is also pretty popular. I have to fact check myself. It's Buffalo Trace also produces Weller bourbon whiskey.
Okay.
My bad.
Because
Whistle
Whistle Pig is in a different state altogether. I think Buffalo Trace is in like Tennessee, Kentucky, somewhere around there.
I was gonna say the same for Whistle Pig, which I think it's a
No,
Kentucky
it's
bourbon. No,
nah.
where's it from?
I'm sure you don't know this, but on the top of the bottles, or at least the one that you were drinking, the farm stock, it says VT.
Oh, Vermont.
Yeah, it's
Oh
Vermont.
shit,
They make
that's
it
cool.
in Vermont. Yeah, it blew my mind when I like looked into it. I was like, oh, Vermont, crazy.
It makes me want to check out the distillery.
It's not open to the public. I
Really?
checked. Yeah,
Well,
it's like
I'm
the
glad you
wineries.
checked.
It's like the wineries that we went to. It's not open to the public, but you can go to certain bars to buy it, and that's how it is with them too. Certain
Well,
spots have like their whiskeys.
so I see. Well, maybe we can schmooze our way in there. We'll
Oh,
talk.
I want to just squeeze right on in.
So remind me to tell you something about Whistle Pig and a trip after I'm done talking about it. But again, sorry to go back. You were wondering how I liked
Yeah.
Farm Stock Rye. It was good. It was good. It wasn't the first time I had tried it, but
Oh, okay.
for social media sake and all that, and just having fun, I just was like, what if? I mean, I know we record these full length episodes. What if I just do something stupid and take my shirt off while I talk about
And while you do it,
whatever I'm drinking for a minute, And so I have been, or I've done it twice, a whole 2 times. But either way, it's kind of nice. Yeah, it's been cool. It's been cool, and I liked it a lot. It was good. I think I might prefer original Whistle Pig more so, and Piggyback. I want to say it's probably tied with, because Piggyback is like their base level whiskey. I think you've told me before.
it's their 6th year.
Oh, they're 6 year. Okay, yes, that sounds
That's their
right.
6th year.
And the farm stock rye is what, 3 years or something like that?
It's a mix. Well, I'll tell you from my knowledge, and you'll see why from my knowledge. It's a blend between a 5 and 7 year whiskey.
Oh, interesting.
They mix different types of whiskeys.
Okay.
So
Well,
I
Mhm.
actually bought this one
Ooh.
on Monday. I asked for Monday off because of 4th of July, and why not?
Yeah.
And this one's actually home stock. So it's like a variation of their farm stock.
Awesome.
And it's a dedication to 2020 and how they had to make this during social distancing. They don't
That's tight.
directly say COVID, but on the description it talks about social distancing and how they had to make it. So I was like, oh, and I honestly went in to buy a different type of whiskey,
Uh-huh.
and then my girlfriend showed me this, and I was like, ooh, and it's limited edition. Well,
Dude.
I gotta get it just to try it.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
I would rather have the 10 year. I told my girlfriend, I said, if I take one glass from here and it's absolutely amazing, I'm gonna buy another one the following day. I said I'd buy it the following weekend.
Mhm.
So then just to have it saved for a special occasion. But
I was gonna say, dude, don't even open it. See if it has a period piece.
it's not awful. I'm not saying it's awful, but their 10 year, and I'll say this: I recently bought their 15 year, and
Yeah,
I've
I
also
remember.
had their 12 year, and there's just something about their 10 year that is just so good. I love their 10 year.
That's tight. No, I
want to buy the 18 year soon. I'm gonna buy it very soon.
Hell yeah, dude. Which one's the 18? Is that Boss Hog, or is that something else, or is it just its own
No.
thing?
Boss Hog don't quote me because I know I'm saying this wrong, and
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm just from the brief, like I just kind of skimmed through it.
Hmm.
It's a blend with their 12-year whiskey,
Okay.
I, but they do Japanese methods. They do
Ooh.
like half of their way they make their whiskey is through
Yeah.
Japanese style, I want to say, and then
Interesting.
the other half is regular. So they're the first company to actually do that.
That's
So
awesome.
even though it's a 12-year, it's more expensive than their 18-year. Their 18-year runs for about 400, and the
Hmm.
Boss Hog runs for about 480 to 520.
Yeah.
And I know because I've looked around. I've looked around a lot.
As of I, my stepdad and I have been talking, and myself, he, and one of my brothers-in-law, we've been talking about just going thirdsies on it. So if you want to go quartersies,
I'm
then at
down
least we can get. I mean, if you think about it, however big that bottle is, that means we're at least getting 5 glasses each.
each, and it wouldn't be bad. So I'm down, 100% down.
That would be fun.
My only advice to you, AJ,
Please.
and if I'm always down to put in for that because I want it desperately. Is look around because some places jack the price up.
Oh, sure,
The
sure.
place that I found in LA that I'm actually going to be there again this Saturday. I'm excited tomorrow.
You talked about it
Um,
last week, or maybe a
a
week
few
prior
weeks
to
ago,
that.
2 weeks
Yeah,
ago. Well, I'm
yeah.
taking my mom to that same taco truck, and I'm going to stop by the liquor
Oh,
store. And you want to come
what day are you going?
tomorrow?
I have to work.
You
I'm
work at 12.
I'm there. What time are you going?
We're leaving as early as 8. I'll get you home at 9:59.
I was gonna say, there's no way you're gonna get me home in time for that. What if we're hanging out for a while? We have a great time. I have to knock
The
out as
taco
soon as we're
truck,
done with this episode.
the taco truck, and the taco truck. I'm sorry, and the liquor store are literally walking distance. They're like 3 minutes apart, walking distance.
Maybe I could use a couple extra points on my credit card. We'll talk
So
about it. We'll see how sleepy and
we'll talk
cranky
about
AJ
it
is in the
more. But
morning.
let's go have some that 18-year tomorrow.
How
I'm
much would
down.
be half, approximately?
How much would be like you spend half, I spend half,
Mm-hmm.
like the total
Each,
number
each. Oh, sure.
divided by 2.
Yes, please. Times
400.
0.5.
So it's
Fuck.
4. No. The bottle's 400.
Oh, okay, okay.
So it's 200.
That's not terrible. That's not terrible. We'll talk
Let's
about
do it.
logistics
Let's
in
do
the
it. Okay,
future.
we'll talk about it. But I just wanted to show this one off. And if you have a little bit of spare money, I'd buy it just for the fact that this is the only year that we're actually going to see this. Because
Dude,
again, this was made during COVID, and they're basically shouting out their people who made it
mm,
during the social distancing time.
yeah, like they're essential workers essentially. That's tight.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
really
they
tight.
are. They're keeping me drunk.
Yeah.
A
They're making this quarantine life a little easier.
little
Amen.
easier, yeah.
What was I gonna say? Dude, I'm telling you, I feel like you and I should both each buy one and just don't open it forever and just see where it goes. It
I'm
might
down.
not be worth anything one day. It could be
If you're
worth as
down,
much as
I'm
we bought it
down.
at. I don't see why. How much
If
was
you're
that?
down, I'm down. It was the price of a 10 years, so like $80.
That's not bad at all.
No,
For a nice bottle of whiskey, that's not bad at all, my friend. Nice. Well, we haven't really talked much about this, but again, shout out to Knee Deep Brewing.
oh yeah, it's
Did we
really
say
good.
where
I've been drinking it
it goes down so smoothly, and yet I'm
until you
feeling
get that
it
after bite.
extremely.
You get
Yeah.
that after bite, and you're like, "Ooh, I regret it," but
Oh
I
no,
don't because it
it
was
makes me
good.
feel better.
I drink this again. Honestly, if I was at a bar
Hmm.
and I saw it, I'd be like, "I actually don't mind this beer. I'm gonna get it."
Yep. Especially once we saw the percentage, there would be no stopping us at that point.
Oh, no hesitation whatsoever. But don't tell them that. I'm biased, guys. I go into a bar, I look right for their IPAs. If there's 5 IPAs selectable, my first selection will be the highest content
Mm,
IPA. Easy.
agreed.
Easy decision. I won't even hesitate.
There you go. Yeah, and apparently they're based in Auburn, Placer County, California. So somewhat local boys. That's cool. And gals.
Dope.
Yeah. So that means we could definitely probably visit them one day. Just throwing this out there in case someone who operates or works at a microbrewery or craft beer spot, whatever, and we're about supporting local business. John said it, episode 1, and we'll always believe in this. We support local businesses and we support
Oh,
local breweries. So if you want us to pay your establishment a visit, let us know. That'd be really fun.
hit
It'd be
us up.
great to be able to record an episode there, even if that's possible, if you would allow so. That would be awesome. We'd have a great time. Heck yeah, and
Yeah.
we would love to be able to understand and learn the story of your establishment as well. That would be,
That would
I think that would be
I
great.
find that very interesting.
Oh heck
I
yeah! And
feel that way.
I think some listeners would too. Like so, for anyone that's watching or listening to this episode, if there are places, if there are breweries, if there are any beers in particular, whiskey or wine or whatever that you want us to try for future episodes, let us know. Again, at Beer Belly Pod on Instagram and Twitter, beerbellypod@gmail.com. Let us know. It'd be really exciting to find out. Because,
It'd be
dude, I
great.
mean, I can't tell you. I mean, I can tell you every day on Instagram there's several breweries I find that I just never heard of before, and I love it.
Oh, they're just opening it up everywhere, which is great. Yeah. I was actually having a conversation with my lead yesterday, and I told him that breweries are like the new fast food. They're just popping up everywhere, which is
Mhm.
great. I'm not complaining. That's how you find great beers is by a random brewery. I mean, Russian Brewing Co., which is my favorite beer or my favorite brewing company,
Mhm.
and I'm sure it's a lot of other people's favorite,
Oh yeah,
started off as a random little brewery in the 90s. They were one of the first, but they did it and it was awesome. So
it paid
hit us
off.
up.
Yeah, they're just a prime example of like endurance and consistency. Eventually, it pays off, and so that's
Hmm.
what I'm hoping for us as well. You know, the longer we keep this up
And
and be consistent with it, it could pay off. Hopefully.
it's crazy because I was reading a little
Oh God, we lost
bit
John
of the
again.
the history of Pliny triple IPA ever. What happened?
Oh,
You
sorry,
did?
we lost you for a second. Say again.
Oh, I was saying that Pliny the Younger, which is my favorite triple IPA. I read
Oh
a little
yeah.
tiny bit on it, and they talked about how it was a local favorite before they blew up. And now you have people like me who will drive right after work for 8 hours to wait in a 5 hour line
Right.
to get unbelievably trash to so on and so forth because the beer's amazing. It's
100%.
oh no, but so is this one. Again, I would 100% get this beer again. Knee deep.
Oh, totally. I'm loving
Yeah,
it. The Simtra, that
yeah.
is. Yeah,
Yes,
can you
yes.
flash the audience the can real quick? Those of
I
you who
will.
are
No, I
watching the
don't.
version.
This is my beer.
Oh, we're keeping that between us. Okay.
Are you saying I gotta share it?
I'm saying let them know what it is. That way they can find it.
So you're saying I gotta share it?
Share it.
Okay, I'll
Come
share it
on.
because you asked. There
Thank you.
it
Thank you.
is. And you know, I like it too. The can is pretty basic. There's nothing crazy going on with it,
Right.
but does it need to be fancy can?
It does. I mean, there is kind of like a cool, like distressed look to it, but it's nothing super clever, catchy name to it or anything like that. It's just, it is what it is, and it packs a good punch. It doesn't need a catchy name for it to be what it is. It's nice. It's nice. I totally appreciate it. I'm sad because, oh no, I still have like a good, like quarter of a can to go,
It's a
and I
big
still
ass
have like a
can.
good quarter of a
Yeah,
glass. So got like half a
done.
beer left,
I'm
baby.
done.
What's that?
I'm glad I have no other plans after this because I'm done.
How much more beer do you have left, sir?
About half.
Okay, so we're about the same level then.
Yeah, I'm
Sounds
about
good.
like right here.
So,
Well,
real quick, I honestly, again, considering the walk that I talked about earlier that I went on, the fucking 14-kilometer trek, 3-hour walk or whatever the fuck it was, I thought I was not only gonna get tired from that, but then the the two beers that I stupidly drank and ordered for myself during that walk, I
oh
thought that was
AJ.
gonna tire me out, but ultimately I was so upset this morning, early this morning. I woke up at around like 3 and I was like, what the fuck is that foul scent? I woke up in bed
Ooh.
and all of a sudden my youngest dog, Teddy, he starts like rubbing his face in his bed, like excited, well, not excitedly, but like vigorously, put it that way. And it turned out he got skunked. He got sprayed by a
Oh.
skunk. Yeah. Yeah. It had been
And
a
the
few
smell
years,
was
but it's
so
actually
bad that it woke you
it
up.
woke me up. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
I'll say this though, he's gotten sprayed like 2 other times, like 3 or 4 years ago. So it's not the first time, but and it wasn't the worst spraying he's gotten either. But even still, it's kind of unfortunate where we live. For those of you that are unaware, it's somewhat rural, a little bit. It's like city rural, suburban
Mm.
rural, if you will.
Well, it's suburban for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. It's a little outside of LA County, and yeah, it's kind of crazy. And yeah, dude, it woke me right up. It was bad. And so was like, oh man, fuck, I got to deal with this. But obviously, I care about my dog, so I wanted to take care of it. So we did like I looked it up online. There was like a concoction they recommended just to kind of strip the oils and like the skunk, like, I guess, spray, if you will, from his fur and skin and from his pores. It like stripped it from that, and then you give him like a like a
A
normal
regular bath.
body wash with shampoo and water and all that. And
Oh
luckily
shit.
it took
Okay.
off a lot. But dude, I was like, that happened around like 3:30 a.m. and then I didn't go fall asleep till about 5:15 or so. I think I finally knocked out at. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to do the podcast tomorrow or today. I'm not gonna be able to do it. But it worked out. But yeah, dude, that was a fucking crazy.
And you look well rested. You don't look very tired.
Well, thank you, sir.
Yeah, you looking kind of beautiful.
Oh,
It might be the beer though. It might be the beer.
it probably
But you are
is.
looking a little purty.
I'll still take the compliment nonetheless. Oh,
So
I'll go
AJ,
for that.
let me tell you my unfortunate event
I love it. Thank you.
that is still hurting my soul to this very day. So, as many of you know who have listened to episode 1, 2, and possibly 3,
It's gonna be out by
we
the
do
time
do
this-
another we do another podcast, ST Geek. Follow us at ST Geek Pod. Hashtag replace Peter with the broom. And I told you, Peter. I was about to call you Peter. I got confused.
You did.
Drunk.
You called me Pete.
With that. It's not bad. You look like a Pete. So
I'll take it.
Peter walked away, and I was telling you about a game I started playing. Do you
Mhm.
remember the game?
No. Oh,
You
wait,
don't.
wait, wait. Shining Force.
Shiny Force 2.
Yes.
Unbelievably into it. Okay.
I'm glad.
Countless hours of my ass going numb because I was sitting going poo, getting hooked on the game. Poo was done about 15 minutes ago, but I'm still sitting in the toilet because I'm so hooked on a battle.
Yeah.
Good 20 hours. And this is an old game. It's off the Sega Master System.
Yeah, that's tight.
And you know, I'm playing an emulator on my phone that lets you save states.
That's cool.
And in the particular emulator that I'm running, yes, amazing beer, triple IPA.
Continue as you're going.
Some murder. And 20 hours in, I am in the middle of a battle. I save my state. I have to leave. And when I try to load my state,
oh no,
it loads it. It's frozen. And it does not go away. And I tried loading the state for about 20. Like, I left the game the way it was because the music's still playing, but nothing else is moving for like an hour, 2 hours. I leave my phone. And I'm sad. I am defeated at that point. I'm upset.
Holy shit.
Because, I mean, countless hours.
Wait. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Continue. Pardon me.
So I'm desperate, and I start going through my loaded states, hoping that there was another save state that because I would keep
nearby.
saving from. I kept doing it on the same load state one.
You were overriding.
And it gives you, yeah. And I kept clicking through all the other ones, and I got to like save state 5, and I saved one, but it was only like 9 hours into the game.
How far were you? Did you say
about
already?
20 hours?
Oh shit! Oh, sorry for headphone users, but shit.
I told myself I was gonna keep playing to get there. Haven't touched the game since.
Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry. I wish I could laugh at you, but not right now.
Hooked. I was hooked. I was dead set on track to beating that game by the end of the weekend and ruined.
How do you feel about doing 1 or 3? I think you said that there's a Shining Force 3, no?
I don't know about 3, but I've played 1 on an emulator. This was years ago. I played it on an emulator. I got like past level 1 and it froze.
Oh.
And it would not go past level 1. And then I just never played Shiny Force 1 ever again. And I had the fate of Shiny Force 2. Oh. I don't think I'll ever play it again.
I don't blame you. It's disheartening, isn't it? When that shit happens.
It's the worst feeling on the planet.
I can't tell you how many times that either we're talking, we're dinosaurs. So back in the day of memory cards, when you would actually plug them into your console or controller, if you owned a freaking Sega Dreamcast, sometimes your memory cards would just be corrupt. They would corrupt on you, or if you, like me, let a step sibling of some sort play the game because they were curious about it, and you're like, yeah, dude, like I want you to be introduced to how sick this game is, and they are just carelessly overriding your save data. I can't. It's happened too many times to where it breaks my heart. It breaks my
You
heart
just
whenever
don't
it
want to do it
happens.
anymore.
It's like, dude,
It's
I
because
just
of I
grinded
did
through
this.
all that. Yeah, and I had
Yep.
a great time, right?
It's
And then
amazing, but I don't want to grind through it again. Not for another 10 hours to get that.
maybe 10 years from now you'll go back. Maybe.
I don't know, AJ.
Does it suck to think you might have to be 40 years old by the time you play it again?
Yeah.
When you have
Yeah.
possibly less time to play it? Hopefully we can still be doing this by the time we're 40. We'll see.
I'll find time to drink. There's always time.
Gotcha.
There's always time to drink.
If you think about it, I mean, there's going to be times where we'll have to meet at your house, times where you're going to have to meet at my house. Our wives are going to be like, oh boy, here they go again. Yeah, what the fuck do you want,
drunks.
AJ?
I know you're
John,
just using that podcast as an excuse to drink.
exactly, right? You're you're not giving me enough time, and not giving our kids fuck of enough time, that's for sure. You barely remember the youngest one's name half the time.
Awful.
But I would look forward to Beer Belly Pod. One day our profile picture, instead of nice, rich, brown, dark beards we have, there's just like a light,
It's grays.
nice bit of gray in
Oh.
there. We have to change the eyebrow color to gray too. It's gonna be nothing but salt and pepper boys.
By the way, that second picture that she made,
Mhm.
that they made was amazing.
You love it, right?
It's really good. I saw it. I was like, oh wow.
I love that you used it to promote one of our episodes. I think it was like episode 2 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was so excited that you did. But yeah, so that picture that we're using, I kind of want to use it for like our YouTube thumbnails, at least for
Mhm.
now. And that was actually so I showed you 3 rough drafts that they came up
Yes.
with, and that was one of them, and it stuck in my mind from the beginning. I was like, I like that one, but the other one, I feel like it connects with us further more. And you agreed with me, and the one that we agreed with were like the beer belly, and we're cheersing toward like the viewer.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're kind of peeking behind the curtain for those of you that don't mind. But anyway, yeah, we both instantly connected with that one, which I think was the stronger first choice. But then it stuck in the back of my mind. And then when they posted on Twitter again that they wanted, or that they were open for more commissions, I was like, dude, let's just do this. I want it so bad. And it turned out great. And at one point at the very beginning of the process, when I rehired them, they were like, well, do you want to keep the cutesy eyes, or do you want it to be like the original version? I was like, and I'll admit, at first I was like, I kind of want the original version just because it looks so good, the eye shape that is anyway. But once they finished it, I was like, holy shit, it looks cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. Like, just not to toot our own horn, but toot for sure.
Toot 100% right. A toot.
So to give a shout out, if you need any art commissions done, any caricatures or whatever, you can hit them up on Instagram and Twitter. Their tag is @A_is_for_interval. Let them know. They're pretty talented. I met them in college, and dude, they're killing the game right now. To my understanding, they want to be a storyboard artist, which I think they're like built for, and I can't wait till they can become that. But in the meantime, dude, give them your business because they're worth
It's
it.
good.
Yeah, so worth it. And the turnaround for this one was actually about a week shorter. So I think they kind of already knew what they were going for with us. So the more projects we give them, probably the faster they can turn things
The
out.
faster. Okay.
For all we know. So I mean, I actually have one more idea at least that I kind of want to throw out to them, but you and I could talk about it off camera
Okay.
if you're down.
Well, I don't want to talk to you off camera. We're not those kind of people, are we?
By those people, you mean friends? Nah, yeah.
Nah.
Nah.
I don't even believe in that word. I'm using you for beer.
Let me just say this. There's a reason why I'm using quarantine as an excuse to not be with you right now.
I didn't need quarantine to give me that excuse.
You know that hug I gave you during quarantine? It was more
All
of
the
like
viruses.
it was more of like a large handshake. That's all it was. And even then, I didn't want to give it.
Well, I reported you to the police as a sexual assault because of that weak ass hug you tried to give me.
Well, you know, you got to get your feels where you can sometimes. So you're welcome.
By the way,
Maybe
thank
one
you for
day
driving
you will
me
stop
great.
being such a racist. Just kidding.
Wait. Listen to SD Geek. You'll know. You'll know. Hashtag expose AJ.
Yeah. Anyone who's ever listened to an episode of SD Geek podcast knows exactly what John's talking about. I'm not proud of it. The worst thing is, I know I have no ill intent in my mind or heart whatsoever.
No.
And I know
No,
you
of
fuckers
course.
know it too. But at the same time, the way things come out, just the filter doesn't work so well.
Yeah.
Some people buy Brita filters for their water, and I could use probably one of those for my brain, because from here to here, something gets lost in translation. It's
It
very
happens,
true.
AJ. It's
I'm
the
very,
alcohol.
if I may, speaking of alcohol, I'm very sad. This beer's almost done. I'm about a quarter.
Yeah.
I have about a quarter of it left.
Same.
Mm. Good times as always. God damn it, boy.
Oh man, these triple IPs are so good.
They're kicking my ass right now. Oh,
Ooh,
so one thing I wanted to talk about earlier, since we were talking about you know, occasionally trying dining during this whole quarantine business and all that. So Sin and I and my dad, we met up to go to a BJ's locally just to try it. I felt like a beer. She felt like a cocktail. We hadn't eaten yet today or for the day. It was like about a half a week ago. And so we're like, hey, Dad, do you want to meet up with us? Cool. So we did. Oh, excuse me. And you know, like those beetles, like those big ones, and they're bright green and blue and all that.
and they just crash into anything. They don't give a fuck.
They're like dumb June bugs. Like they're just dumb as ass.
They don't care. Yeah.
Well, they were like flying around the rose bushes where we were at, and they kept flying around, crashing into shit all around us. One, I shit you not, landed right on my dad's forehead, like square. And my dad was like, oh my God, is it on me? And I was like, holy shit, yes, the fuck it is. It's fucking on you right now. And it was on there. Like, this is how it was. He was like, is it on me? It was bad, dude. It was just like, Did you ever watch the show Home Improvement?
Yeah, Home Improvement. Yeah.
You remember that sound effect? It was like, it was kind of like, that was like the expression my dad had as he turned to us asking if that fucking large ass skyscraper ass beetle was on his face. It was.
And how did he get off of him? Like, what'd you do?
As soon as he said, as soon as he saw my facial expression, he immediately just slapped it off his head, and it drunkenly like flew away. Like, this is holy fuck. Even though I've been alive for 5 days, I still don't know how to fly. It was pretty bad. But yeah, it was a fucked up situation. At one point, there was like 2 or 3 of them, and my dad would just get like the black napkins that restaurants usually have to lay in your lap, like the reusable ones. He pretty much just started like rat tailing them just to like whip them if they were to fly by. We didn't get any of them, but it was like just to defend ourselves. It was freaky as fuck.
Oh my God.
So maybe that's a good inclination to maybe not dine out right now. Just order takeout if
Not yet. Soon, but not yet. Soon,
yeah.
like a year from now. Not a year
Yeah.
from now. Like 7 months from now.
Hopefully, we'll see.
Or
We'll
sooner.
See. That would be nice. Obviously, we don't want that, but I mean, it's not really up to humanity. It kind of is, how much we want to socially distance ourselves. But I mean, at the same time, we're all in this together. as we've
Wear
said
your
from the beginning.
mask, please.
Yeah, wear a fucking
When you're in
mask,
public, wear
okay?
a mask.
Jesus, I mean,
It's not
I
that
went
bad.
on a fucking 3-hour, 14.5K hike or whatever, and I wore my mask during it. Okay, if I
The
can
entire
do
time,
that,
AJ?
what?
The entire time?
No, when I took sips of my cold brew, I did not, and when I
Yeah,
stopped
well,
to
yeah,
drink my
yeah.
beer, I did not. But during my walk, oh yeah, I did. Oh yeah.
How'd you eat the burrito with the mask? You kind of just go,
Well, what
and
I
whatever
ate
went
the
in,
burrito when I sat at the pub to drink my beer and eat the burrito.
you were just, okay, okay, okay. I'm questioning you get the right answers, which they were all good answers.
I appreciate that. Honestly, there were plenty of times where I didn't need to wear the mask because there was no one on the sidewalk for however much, as far as my eyes could see, which I have decent vision, I
Yeah,
guess you
it's
could
when
say.
people are around. Yeah,
Exactly. Like if I realize, oh shit, someone's coming up to me, I better be wearing a mask. I kind of just
right
wore
on.
it because anyone that was driving by could just see. I kind of just, maybe it's a little douchey of me, but I kind of just wanted to be a good influence and just be like, yeah, here's this guy in the fucking middle of 100-degree heat and he's wearing his mask. Maybe I can wear it when I just choose to go grocery shopping. How about that? You know?
Yeah.
It sucked too because I wanted to go sunglass shopping because I stopped at that shopping center that you know about, and I have a nice pair of shades. I do, but I was like, well, do I want a second pair just because summer's here and it'd be kind of nice to have a couple of different pairs. But there on the front fucking door, it said mask required prior to entry, and sure enough, I looked inside. There were at least one or two motherfuckers in there not wearing a
No worry.
mask. I was like, at that point, it's up to the employees to inform them, like, I'm sorry, but we have a sign on the door. Would you please put on a mask, walk out back outside, put it on, and then come back inside? It's like a 5-foot walk outside to do so.
Mhm.
But anyway, long story short, I did not go inside because I saw that, and I was like, no, fuck that. I can just order them online, and then I guess whatever.
Online, yeah. Too bad, AJ. I returned a few pairs that you could have bought off of me that you would have got at a discount.
Oh,
But I returned them
really?
already.
Well,
They were
I know
Club
that.
Masters.
The only reason I own the pair I have right now that I love, and it's my second pair of the same model because I broke the last one, was because you recommended the discount that Ray-Ban was offering. So I was like, oh fuck yeah, I'll do that again.
Oh, the 30% off
Mm-hmm.
is
Mm-hmm.
a nice
From the
percentage, right?
official site too, it was nice. So that was
Oh.
really cool. It worked out. Ordered from the official site. It was a good discount. Right now, other stores I'm getting emails for good discounts. So I might do it. Whatever. Apparently, this podcast is a beer and sunshade, a sunglass fashion
Why not? Yeah.
podcast.
Oh, I love Ray-Bans, so I'll talk Ray-Bans all day.
There are some brands that I have my eye on, but Ray-Ban is like the go-to. It's kind of like
They're the
Stone
goat.
Brewing Co. You know that you can, whatever you have from them, it's going to be at least somewhat decent.
Exactly. They're the Coronas of the IPAs. Simple
Probably
as that.
better. I would rate them better than that.
No. Because if you're saying, hey, and this is my opinion, send me the hate, please. If you were to say, do you want a Bud Light or a Corona? I'm going to say a Corona.
Sure.
Do you want a Heineken? Do you want a Corona? I'm going to say I want a Corona.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I could be wrong, but I feel like Heineken are stronger.
No, you're wrong.
I'm going to Google it real quick just for
Don't Google it. Google's wrong.
Okay, fine. I won't Google it then. Are you still there? There you go. Okay. I was just about to Google it, but I was like, whatever.
Don't Google it.
Okay, fine. Fair enough. I will say that I will respectfully disagree then, my friend.
And but then you're not respectfully disagreeing. If you're disagreeing with me, it's disrespect.
Jesus Christ. I guess so. I say real quick, just because I know we gave quite a shout out, but even still, we actually had like 2 compliments on at A's for Intervals artwork, latest artwork for us on our post on Instagram. That was kind of nice to see.
I saw them, yes.
My friend Jasmine, who we went to the 66 night market with, she actually she complimented that. Do you remember her?
Oh yeah.
Really,
that was a memorable night. I don't think I'll ever forget that night.
We had that.
It was fun.
That, like fucking dank ass raw ass uni sea urchin, but it was pretty good. Surprisingly,
I had some. I definitely had some. And at
Did you
that point,
love
I
it?
didn't like
Maybe not.
salsa and I didn't like hot sauce, but I definitely feel like I put the tapatio on it the second time I had some.
They offered it to us. Yeah. They were like, put some on that. And it made it, I mean, it was good without it, but it was better with for sure.
I'm okay.
If I may, I will agree with you in this regard. I mean, one, they say uni, like oysters, it's an aphrodisiac, whatever, it's going to get the blood flowing. And I would say like 95% of that is placebo. 5% maybe real, maybe. But it's also the same as oysters in that I don't care about the fucking taste. I need spice on it. I need lime on it just to get it down my gullet. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like you're not like savoring the taste of an oyster. At least I'm not. I don't know about anyone that's watching this, for that matter.
Oysters. I haven't had enough oysters to judge them, so I'm not going to say
Oh,
anything about oysters.
we should go to an oyster bar then, sir. I'll take you to a good one day when I mean, quote unquote, when all this is over, which who knows when that, if ever, will be.
I'm going to be real with you. All I've been craving is duck.
Ever since we went to the Chinese spot,
Yeah, man. That duck changed my life.
it was authentic ass great grilled duck. It was so good.
And
Peter
then
came
whatever we
through
had
for us on
left,
that
they
one.
put in a broth, and the
Mhm.
broth was just on another level. Oh,
Agreed.
I want duck so bad.
Cynthia and I just watched Babe, and where they had duck l'orange, and it made me want more duck. Like I want a fillet. I want a fillet duck next time though. Like I don't want to have to pick through any bones or anything like that. I just want like thick cut duck. I think thick cut duck might have to be the name of this episode.
I'm okay with that thick cut duck.
Thick cut duck.
Do you know of a place that has that?
No, but I want to make it a thing. I think we need to go to like a farm or something. Some
Buy a
barnyard
duck.
town. We'll just drive east. Drive east for like 2 days and we'll find somewhere that has thick cut duck.
Okay, let's do it. You and I.
it,
Road
sounds,
trip.
it sounds like a great trip. I
Uber
would be
trip.
so down.
We'll drink while we're on that Uber on the way up.
How much do you think that Uber would cost? Like let's just say like
2 days?
2 days worth of driving right from California. How do you think
50
that
grand.
I don't think that much. I don't think that
50
much.
grand.
Oh, are we driving in a limo and nonstop free booze?
It costs
By free, I mean it's already paid for.
it costs like $48 to go from where I'm living now to where I used to live. And that's only like 45 miles.
And we're talking 2 days.
And you're talking to, and I don't know if you meant 48 hours or just, 2 12-hour days.
We'll say 2 12-hour days, whatever.
Okay, that changes it a bit. Then I'm going to say.
I would say it would cost like $700, maybe $1,000. That's just my guess. I could be wrong.
Keep talking.
How about John's probably looking it up, but for anyone that might want to Google it as well for trivia's sake, let us know.
Prove AJ wrong.
Yeah, I guess LA County to whatever 2 hours east from here is. I'm terrible with geography. What's 2 hours? What state is 2 hours east from California? Southern California, like LA County, California. I honestly have no idea.
Isn't it Oregon and Washington?
That's northeast, but like really close.
That's Northern California.
Oregon's like not 2 days away. That's like a day most.
Yeah.
That's like a good 12-hour drive from us.
Well, from where I'm living now to New York,
Sure.
for Uber / what's the other one?
I'm so glad you with Lyft.
Lyft. That's the other one.
So glad you looked it up.
It is not even giving me an option.
Drum roll.
It ain't giving me an option.
Oh no, you
No.
can't afford it. That's the option.
You can't afford it, bitch.
Really? What if you were to
Yeah.
put it actually on the app right now? I wonder what it would quote for you. I really do.
Oh, I don't think I have the app downloaded. I might.
No,
I'm
that's
gonna
okay.
check.
I do. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna try. I think I used to have the app one of those apps downloaded, but I recently deleted it. Here we go. I still have Uber though. We'll see. This is the slower portion of the podcast.
Let's see.
Cynthia, wish us a fun podcast session.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have Uber at all.
Okay. I'm going to pick a point somewhere close by.
In New York.
It's not even giving me like an option for New York City.
Just put to the state of Washington. Let's see if it gives you
Okay.
that.
Wait, Washington, D.C., you mean?
No, the state of Washington.
Oh, that's not going to be that far. It's only north of us.
But I'm still curious to know how much it'll cost.
Okay, fair enough. It will cost us. We'll see here.
Give you it as an option.
How cute. It's saying it's going to be an 11-minute drive. Not the case.
Yeah, you're full of shit.
It doesn't help that we're like fucking somewhat close to the border. Nah, it's not going to happen.
Okay, so let me give you just one more. Put from
Sure.
San Diego
Okay.
to Eureka, California.
You realize San Diego is like a 2-hour drive, 3-hour drive from where we live.
Eureka, California is past San Francisco. It's
That far
closer
north,
to it's closer to Oregon than it is to San Diego.
Okay.
Or Mexico, I guess I should say.
Eureka. Well, that's a little south of us. Eureka.
San Diego to Eureka. Let's do it. We got it. Math, but Google's doing it for us. I'm waiting, AJ. Tell me.
Why do you want San Diego?
You'll see why.
Oh boy. Here we go. San Diego to where? Eureka, California?
Eureka, California.
Okay. Let's see here. In Cerritos?
No, it's its own city.
It's not even popping up, to be honest with you.
Okay, then type in San Francisco.
All right, San Francisco. San
Francisco.
San
I bet it doesn't even give you that as an option.
Francisco. Yeah, it does. It does. Here we go.
How much is it? Wow, it gives you that as an option.
It's giving me an option, but it's also saying it's also not giving me a price range until I confirm the order.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not even gonna. I think because of that, at that point, it might give the driver the option to choose how much they want to charge for that.
Hey, you're gonna get paid $800 if you do this drive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
something like that, which is not worth it at all. It's probably like a $200 drive realistically.
A plane, you could just take a plane,
or $200 to drive up there. It's probably like what, a tank or two of gas.
If you have a car that can make it, yeah.
Yeah, I have a car that can make it just fine.
Well,
you do too.
AJ?
Yep.
I am done with this knee deep.
Shall we call it a night then?
Oh, I'm done.
All right then.
Are you still drinking yours?
No, I'm done, so I've been done, actually.
Oh, nice. Well, thanks for calling me a bitch, AJ.
You slow in multiple areas of life. Well, then why don't you tell the people where they can find us? Shameless plug everything. Go for it.
All of them. Instagram / Twitter. At pause for suspense. Just a little bit longer. Beer Belly Pod.
Oh God, I just came. Okay,
hit you right in the face. I know. You're welcome.
It was pretty bad.
Give us suggestions of beers you want us to try. We'll drink anything. I suggested doing White Claws. So
let's do it.
That'll show you that we're willing to try anything. As long as it's alcohol, as long as we can see the content, and as long as it doesn't make us blind, we are willing to try.
And if it makes us blind anyway, well, we might be willing to take the risk. Yeah. It's not impossible. Yeah.
So hit us up, and you can listen to us on all the medias that you listen to, right? Apple Music, Spotify. What else is there? Podcast Addict.
You got Spotify, Podcast Addict. You can search us on nowadays. Google Podcasts as well. I mean, Spotify is probably like the all reliable nowadays. Really, it's like the easiest thing to find us on.
It's the best.
Yeah, I mean, you can search by the name of our first episode. IPA IPA a day keeps the doctor away. Can I even say it? Probably not, but you can still search by it if you can.
Said it? Yeah. Then why do I go to so many doctors, AJ?
Exactly right. I should be fine right now. But either way, yeah, I guess that'll about do it for this episode 4. And I can't wait till episode 5. We're gonna go shopping for that really soon. I can't wait to see what we get.
Very soon.
I
It's gonna be
honestly
fun.
though, if not by next episode, eventually, I really want to try the new Stone IPA that you talked about. Which one is it again? Ruined Again?
The triple?
Yeah,
Ruined Again.
I really want to try that. I have
Okay.
not. I've tried the Enjoy by 4th of July multiple times now, like 3 different occasions, and it's really good. But I really want that Ruined Again. Eventually.
Nice. Oh, you'll
right,
get
then.
it. Trust me.
Oh, well.
All right, guys.
Cool. Well, that'll do it for us. Have a good one.
Bye.
Later. Are you back?
Yeah.
Oh,
What
wow.
happened?
You went to the shadow realm on my end. What happened for you?
Well, same happened.